Good Sunday morning, everyone. I'm Chris Hurst. Tuesday is Election Day, and the candidates for state office are racing to the finish line. The 19th Senate District will have a new senator in office after incumbent Ralph Smith decided not to seek a third term. Three men are vying for the post, including Democrat Mike Hamlar, who joins us live in studio. Glad to have you here this morning. Appreciate it, Mike.
Good morning, Chris. Thank you.
Sure. The 19th District is all of Salem, parts of counties like Roanoke, Bedford, Franklin, Floyd, all the way down into Wythe County as well. So describe the district you hope to represent.
It's big. It looks like my 2-year-old drew the district. So it goes all the way from Bedford to Floyd. And I've had so many people say, so am I in your district? And we really have to look them up because of the way it's etched out in there. So the best way to do is just go on the website. You can type in, who is my legislator, who is my representative, and we'll be able to tell from there.
All of the city of Salem, though.
All of Salem, all of Floyd, and there's parts of everything else. So Roanoke County, Wythe, Bedford, Montgomery, Carroll, and Franklin.
Yeah. You've been running for about a year and a half, so what have you learned about the people across this wide swath of a district?
Oh, the people of Virginia and South Virginia are very smart. They know what they want. They know who they want to represent them. And I can tell you I've learned a lot about people. But in my industry as a funeral director, I deal with a lot of different people anyway.
It's heavily Republican.
It is, but like I said, the people are smart. They'll vote for who they think the better candidate is and who will represent them.
On education, have you reached a position on charter schools? It will be up for another vote next year in the General Assembly.
Yes, I am opposed to charter schools. We're having a hard enough time funding our public school system as it is, and we really need to fund these programs. Like in Floyd County, the welder program was cut. The disability program in Roanoke County was cut. I knocked on the door of a lady in Benton. She has 2 disabled children. And she told me that she was nervous because her daughter was in a one-on-one setting, and now she's in a 1-to-17 ratio. And that needs to be examined.
Would private schools or charter schools help with that student-to-teacher ratio? Smaller classrooms?
Well, you're taking public dollars and put it in the private sector. And like I said before, we can't fund our public school system the way it is. So then there's going to be still that gap there between the students.
You've also talked about trying to reduce the number of standardized tests. It's been done a little bit in the General Assembly this past year.
Yes.
What are some of the other tests that you think could be reduced?
Well, we definitely need SRO reform. My daughter is in the 4th grade. And last year she took a test and she didn't get much sleep. And she did well. The teacher said that she performed one of the best in the class, but they don't need that type of pressure. So we need to examine, how much do we test them, and we're losing a lot of good teachers who are retiring because of those standardized tests.
When you look at the 18 or so tests that students will face, up to 2 dozen tests a student will face, are there any tests that you look at and think they probably could go?
Not in particular. We just need to re-examine the whole model as it is and just really start from scratch.
Tell us about taking over the family business, Hamlar Curtis Funeral Home. You took it over at just 22. What challenges did you face when you did that?
Oh, wow. It was a trying time in my life. My father just passed at the age of 49 from multiple sclerosis. And then 2 weeks later, my great-uncle Lawrence Hamlar, which a lot of people knew in this area, he died. So you think about it, as a 22-year-old junior in college, I graduated early, gave up football, came back home. What do you do at 22, right? So the challenges were just being a business owner, being able to balance a budget, being able to work with your business partner, being able to work with the community, and getting out there and doing the best that you could. When
it comes to gun violence prevention, you said at a recent candidate forum that you've seen the carnage that guns can produce firsthand.
Yes,
how has that shaped your views on the issue?
We need universal background checks. It's very unfortunate, and y'all have my condolences. I don't want to bring that up.
Thank you.
But it's very unfortunate. I see the end of life, and if we have universal background checks, it's a start. And we can get those people who don't need or should not have possession of firearms out of the way.
You said at the start, what are some other things that you might want to do as it relates to gun violence prevention?
I think we start with universal background checks. And then once we get that passed, then we can see where else we can go for it.
And that includes internet sales?
Yes. Internet sales, gun show loopholes. We need to, it needs to be universal. So all the way across the board, all the way.
Anything else you want to tell the voters? This is the last chance you're going to have to speak to many of them in your district, probably before Election Day.
Right. Well, to the voters, I ask for your vote, ask for your support on Tuesday. We've been working really hard for the past 17, 18 months. And I do have to acknowledge my wife. Today is our anniversary. So, Katina Casey Hamlar, I love you, and happy anniversary, and thank you for being so understanding during this campaign, because we are going to do something afterwards.
You're still going to be campaigning, though, today, even on your anniversary?
I am going to be campaigning today, and my wife is very gracious, and she has said, Mike, do whatever you need to do today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Mike Hamlar, the Democrat running for state senate in the 19th district. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you, Chris.
The rain is